What it really means to live life golden. Yeah, we're golden, baby girl, we're golden. They're about to see us shine, 'cause we're golden.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to another YouTube Apex Legends video with your boy. Now, today we're going to be talking about Mirage. Now, there's been an ongoing, battle between people, butting heads, saying, should you unlock Caustic, should you unlock Mirage, or should you just not bother unlocking either of them? But today, I just unlocked Mirage a few days ago. Now, I haven't had tons of playtime with him, but I've had just about enough, in my opinion, to test him out, see if I think he's viable, if he's useless, is he useful, so we've got some gameplay running in the background, as you can see here, with me playing around with Mirage, testing out his abilities, trying to, learn the best scenarios, when to use them, when not to use them. And we're going to go over his passive ability. Is basically
on top of you, saw him.
When you get knocked down, you basically get a decoy that comes out for a few seconds. Now, obviously, it doesn't really do much, if I'm being honest. It's probably one of the most useless passives, if I'm honest, because
Nice, dude. Let's go.
obviously you've knocked the enemy. If you're shooting a Mirage and he's downed, if you see another decoy of Mirage standing up, obviously that's not the real one, so it doesn't really do much, in my honest opinion. It's only viable or useful if maybe you've been knocked from a distance and then the enemy doesn't know where you are, because you have a few seconds to obviously escape. But on 9 times out of 10 it's useless. But saying that, his tactical ability, where you obviously send out a hologram of yourself, a decoy, is very, very useful. Now, I think it's useful for different reasons. The most important reason that I use it, the most useful, should I say, is when you're just trying to scout out an area and you're not sure if there's obviously any enemies around. So obviously you fire out your decoy, hold back for a few seconds, and obviously the second somebody shoots it, you're alerted, so then there's enemies nearby. Or if you're trying to flank, you're trying to go around the back of someone, obviously send out a decoy one way and then you go the other way, and then again you'll either hear them and they'll get distracted and confused, and then they'll shoot your decoy. Obviously, the big factor of the decoy is, I know it's probably impossible to do, but I'm not sure how hard it is to code this in the game. Maybe they'll change it. But obviously, the big flaw with the decoy is, once it hits a wall, it just stands still. So obviously, it's very easy to spot a decoy because it's basically just standing still, looking at a wall. If you're in an open space, or a large field, then yeah, it's great because it will keep on running until it runs out. But if it's in bunker, for example, when it's very close quarters and there's lots of doors and walls, it will just run into the wall and then it's obvious where you are. But it's a very, very useful tactic to flank, or if you're trying to run away and heal, you can quickly chuck out a decoy to confuse them for a few seconds whilst you heal, or whilst you, like I said, jump on top of them, flank them, whatever you need to do. But his ultimate, now, I wasn't so sure about the ultimate before because it's pretty easy to spot, because it makes you, what it does is it fires out multiple decoys into different directions, and then you're almost fully invisible. Not quite, but you can be spotted basically, and the downside is you can take damage whilst you're in this state. But the very frustrating thing that I dislike about this ability is, whilst you're in this vanishing act, you can be shot and killed, but you cannot fire back. So yes, you can run faster, and yes, you're semi-invisible, but you can flank someone with it, but you have to stand there and wait till you become visible to fire, which I think is a little bit frustrating, because like I said, you can take damage. So you're not impenetrable, you're not invulnerable, like with Wraith when you do your portal run, you're invulnerable, you can't be killed. So yes, you can see where she is because she leaves a trail of purple glow, but she cannot be killed in that state. And I think, in my opinion, for an ultimate ability, if you're going to be semi-invisible, I feel that you should be invulnerable. You shouldn't be able to take any damage whatsoever, because otherwise I don't really see the point in it. you can die, but you can't retaliate. So it's good to obviously to run away and heal, but other than that, I would say use it wisely. Use it when you're not maybe next to the enemy, you're a little bit away from them, because I've used it a few times when I've been sort of up close and personal to try and confuse them or bamboozle them, as he says, but it doesn't work very well. It only works when they're not too close to you and you're able to trick them for just for those few seconds so you can run into cover and heal up, or obviously just relocate and put yourself in a better situation so then you can attack them more easily than you previously were. But my overall feel and opinion on Mirage is I think he's a very viable legend. Just like them all, obviously he's not overpowered, no way, not by a million miles. He's useful at getting away. I feel that he's more of a, his abilities work more if you're trying to escape the enemy, or if you, like I said, if you're trying to flank them and you use it correctly, then he's very, very, very viable. But other than that, I can't see myself picking him more than I would pick, say, Bloodhound or Wraith or Lifeline. At the moment anyway, unless they change a few things, mix it up a little bit. For the time being, I don't see myself picking him more so over the others, more you know, the ones that I favour. And again, obviously, we've got this issue with the whole hitbox problem, where he's not the largest hitbox, but his hitbox is considerably larger than Wraiths, Bloodhounds, and also Lifelines. But that's, you know, there's not much we can do about that right now. I'm pretty sure Respawn are aware of this because there's been tons of feedback, loads of people now pointing this out about the terrible hitbox sizes between each character. But fingers crossed they can resolve this. Overall, I would say I'd probably rate Mirage a 7 out of 10 just because he can escape pretty well. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe, and I'll catch you very, very soon on some more Apex Legends videos. But take care, guys. Peace.